Hey guys, DM Philosopher here, Matt's the name. Just going to go over my latest map pack here. So we've got a new city map. This is the City Bridges map. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at that map. So what we've got here is we've got a large river. I've done a river district in the past, but that was quite a narrow river, sort of more like a canal sort of thing. But this is quite a wide river. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 90 feet wide, so it's pretty wide. You're not going to have any characters jumping across there in a hurry, which is why they build bridges. So these bridges, there's 3 bridges. There's a narrow footbridge, a medium-sized footbridge, and then a much wider bridge, which you can imagine wagons using and something like that. It's quite a large map. So my maps are about 85 by 45, and that they are large, and that affords a much larger encounter space. A lot of maps out there are only about 34 by 24 or something like that, and when you got mages that are flying around the place, characters deciding to run and all that type of stuff, then you kind of run out of space pretty quick. So that's why I do these maps on a much larger scale, and I have a lot of city maps, so that way you can sort of thread together the maps, and if the characters run off the map, then you can slap them onto a new map quite easily. So this is a this is a high definition map. You can see that if we zoom in and just wait for the computer to sort of clear up, bearing in mind that I'm using a 4K monitor, and if you're using a 1080p monitor, then you'd get the same detail if you took a quarter of the screen. So it'd be quite large before your eyes there, but you can see that the detail is there. The trees look crisp, the water looks crisp, the boats look crisp, and something like that. So that's the daytime gridded map. We've got the daytime gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and the nighttime gridless map. The gridless maps are good if you're using a VTT and you want to change the scale up a little bit. Say for example, this bridge here is about 20 feet wide. So if you wanted it narrower and you wanted to change up the scale or something like that, then that's up to you. I also have these point of view shots here, so we get a good view of the scene. It's quite a gorgeous scene actually, with that river winding through the city, and we sort of work our way along the is it the top bank? The one with the poorer buildings anyway, along this bank here, and we get a view of all the bridges from street level, and then we head over to the more wealthy sides with the more stone buildings. We have a look down the side streets, and we see the bridges and something like that. So the point of view shots help immerse your players. You can give them to them as handouts, or if you've got a laptop at the table, show them that. If it's if you're doing it through VTT, then you can to provide handouts, and then we jump to the bridges and we get a view of the town from the bridges, so you can show the vantage points that they get from there and show what they see. And then we get a look up and down the river, so that's reverse angles there, and then across the river from both reverse angles, and then just another nice shot there. We've got exactly the same point of view shots taken at night time. They're taken from exactly the same angle, exact same content, just got that dark filter with all the shadows and the like. So obviously cities are good places for intrigue, rogues, guilds, assassinations, kidnappings, all that type of stuff. So being able to run any encounter both day and night is quite important, because I think most characters tend to operate at night as if sleep wasn't a thing. So the nighttime point of view shots are good, especially if you want to differentiate it, and you got characters with dark vision, and some with dark vision, some without dark vision. Give the dark maps to the ones without dark vision, and then the light maps to the ones with dark vision, just so that they get a differentiated experience. The ones with dark vision say, well, let's check over here in this shadow or something like that, and the ones without dark vision will be like, what's there? So the point of view shots are good. So that is the battle mat for City Bridges. I hope to throw out a few more city maps. There's a lot of interest in my city map packs 1 and 2, so I'll put together a city map pack 3. So that should be good. So you can find that on RPG Now. I'll post a link to that underneath my YouTube clip as per usual. Otherwise, thanks for listening and happy gaming, people.